Hey, what's up everyone, Raging Golden Eagle here, having way too much fun as always. And this time around, I bring you guys some good news to end your week. Student jailed for falsely accusing taxi driver of sexual assault when he refused to accept her kebab-soaked cash. And don't worry, no one's using racial slurs here. She literally was eating a kebab and the oil soaked her cash. But anyway, I'm actually kind of curious now. Has justice finally made it to the legal system? Is the sentencing gap finally being dealt with? Or are the cases still as few and far between as ever and we're just hearing about them more often? Either way, great to see some actual equality for a change. A criminology student, I guess you could say former at this point, has been jailed after falsely claiming a taxi driver sexually assaulted her after he refused to accept a 10-pound note covered in kebab oil. See, I told you, snowflakes, it was legit kebab oil. You just gotta learn to not be so easily triggered, you know? Sophie Poynton, 22, told police officers she had been molested in the back of the cab she had been picked up in after a night out. And for what it's worth, she was apparently completely wasted when all this happened. And you know what? We all say and do stupid shit while we're drunk. Well, rarely stupid shit that has this much potential to completely ruin someone's life, but point still stands. Had she taken the opportunity when she sobered up to call up the cops again and drop all charges and retract her story, and face whatever fine they would have slapped her with, basically had she been a decent human being, she could have probably salvaged her reputation and her chances at a career in criminal justice. But she didn't do that. The student rang police in the early hours of April 22nd this year, then continued the lie by signing a statement giving an account of the attack in Leeds, West Yorks. So clearly after she had sobered up, she doubled down. At this point, all potential sympathy is out the window. Now what did this do to the guy? Leeds Crown Court heard the driver, a father of 5, was tracked down and kept in custody for 6 hours. He was also unable to work for 4 weeks as a result of the claim. On the plus side, looks like this guy got off pretty well considering how a lot of these guys end up. Hopefully he wasn't living paycheck to paycheck or his family was kinda screwed during that month. But he was at least able to get back to work and he wasn't fired. His reputation wasn't completely trashed, at least not according to this article. So at least there's that bright spot as well. So either way, while being interviewed by the cops, they, as usual, found plenty of discrepancies in her story and called her out on it. Being completely busted, what did she do? Why, the same thing pretty much all women in her position do. She decided to try to rely on benevolent sexism to get out of it. Poynton broke down in tears and asked if she could drop the charges when her account was challenged by the police. Then she pleaded guilty to perverting the course of justice. Ah, the good old breakdown, crying, and ask for forgiveness method. It's been working pretty much since the dawn of time for most women. But now, unfortunately, my generation and those close to it are starting to become cops and lawyers and judges. And we were raised under feminism. We were raised to believe that women were equal to men. We were raised to treat men and women equally. So if we wouldn't let a man off with just a slap on the wrist if he broke down crying and begged for forgiveness, we ain't gonna let a woman get away with it either, and it's about damn time. So either way, the result of this case, she's been sentenced to 16 months in jail, and apparently her hopes of being a police officer are now ruined, and rightfully so. Again, she missed the one chance she had to make this right. If she had just apologized and cleared this up and paid her fine or whatever right after she sobered up, all of this could have been avoided. But nope, just double down on the lie. And the judge just laid down the law. Judge Christopher Batty told her your malicious complaint has done a huge disservice to those seeking justice through the police and courts. Now that judge sounds like a keeper. I don't know how it works in the UK, but here in the US during the election cycle, we actually get to vote on if we want to keep our local judges or not. If you guys have any sort of similar system over there, make sure that guy sticks around. There's not very many based judges out there, so we gotta stand by the few we can find and help their numbers grow. And that's all I gotta say, guys. Thanks for listening.